I believe life is about the balance between caring about the future and living in the moment. Not thinking about the future might mean that we have no direction in life and no vision regarding where we want to end up in life, which may lead us to experience the feeling of being lost. On the other hand, not thinking about living in the moment might mean that we prioritize things like work so much so that we forget to live in the moment with people such as family, loved ones, and friends we truly care about. And when we realize we might be like 70 years old, wishing that we had lived in the moment a bit more when we had been younger. These are just examples, but I think the present and the future are both equally important. Don't Talk About Bruno is our favorite song at the moment. Is that right, Anna Lang?
Yes.
God, it's really cold today. It's a beautiful Saturday on the 5th of February.
I just hit my head.
You okay?
Yeah, I was bending down to do my shoe and I went boom.
I love Saturdays, eh? We're gonna go to Starbucks. We're gonna get a soy latte. And Anna-san's gonna get oat milk latte. In my life, I see a lot of people who are amazing at thinking about the future, including myself. And sometimes we think about the future too much so that we feel stressed and anxious about what is going to happen to us, which we have no control over. I was just curious about what it means to live in the moment, so I decided to create this vlog to see if I can gain more perspective in terms of living now and why it is important. This looks so Japanese. Wait, this is quite funny, because this looks so Japanese, right? And then all of a sudden, you look here. Who's that? Eddie? Is Eddie Murphy? They don't have it.
アーモンドミルクかソイミルクですね。
It's almond or soy that they have.
あー、ソイ。
ソイミルクで。自分もソイミルクなんで、2つ通る。Yeah, I am finally able to drink my first cup of coffee of the day. So, Anna-san, I would like to ask you a question, which is really important. No,
You're not doing a good job so far. It's an important question.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
My important question to you is that, Anna Lang, what does it mean for you to live in the moment?
For me, it means not worrying about things that are not happening in the moment. So, for me, it's a mental thing.
Right.
Not thinking about the future or worrying about something that you're going to need to do later, you need to do tomorrow, or worrying about something you've already done that's in the past.
Oh,
And just focusing on now.
okay.
So when we were walking here,
Yeah.
I was thinking, of course, about, the vaccine certificate and flying to Scotland. Not really worrying about it, but just thinking about it. And then at one point, like the sun kind of came out and we were around some nice buildings or houses. And I thought, this is nice. I like walking with Senna. And I think I stopped and said, like, this is nice walking. And in my head, I thought, okay, I need to be here. I need to be in the moment.
I guess being in the moment takes practice because I think our minds always just wander and thinking about unnecessary things.
And this morning when I was stressed out about all of that, and you said, well, there's nothing you can do about it now. And then you asked, like, what can you do now? And I said, I could send an email. And you said, okay, you should do it now. And that was good advice. And I give that advice all the time. I say to people, what can you control now? But I don't take it. I don't do it. I say that all the time to people, but I never do it myself.
To be honest, it's easier to give people advice than taking that advice in yourself and doing it yourself. I think when we look at other people, it's always from a third person's perspective. So like we don't have what's going through in their minds. So it's easier to see what you need to do right now, what other people need to do right now. But when we are experiencing something like that ourselves, we need to cope with our minds at the same time. That makes things so much more complicated.
But that's a good thing. You need someone on the outside who's not invested in it as much as you are and just looking at it from an unbiased perspective to say the facts of like, okay, well, you can't really do that, but what can you do? And not having any emotional attachment to it where you would in your mind. So I think you do need someone. So maybe it never works out. You can't really possibly do it alone. You have to have someone. Maybe that's why therapy.
Yeah.
maybe that's why. It's all making sense.
I don't know if you guys can see, but it's snowing. No, I don't think you can. Can you? Hold on. Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We're gonna be having another coffee before we go to this place and eat lunch and do bowling.
You want to eat and then bowl or bowl and eat?
I think eat and bowl because it's around 11:30. How's it?
It's good. I like the potato salad.
Oh yeah. No, this is amazing. I haven't had pasta for a long time, except when I buy frozen pasta. Frozen pasta. I can show it to you later.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, just frozen pasta. You just microwave it, eat it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, you can find it in your local supermarket. I'm sure.
Thanks.
That was amazing. Bad. Good. Oh shit! Nice! Yeah, you're definitely better than me at this.
Okay, I don't think so.
Bowling is definitely one of my least favorite sports of all time because I'm terrible at it, as you can see. Gutters twice in a row. That is the final score of our first game. You've won.
Aha.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come on. For the second game, I got turkey for the first time in my life. Did you enjoy the game though?
Yeah, it was fun.
But you're just sad because you lost?
Yeah. So many gutters. It's kind of ridiculous.
いただきます。Yum. So soft. For dinner tonight, we are going to be making pokeballs.
Senna's special.
Thinking about the future is not a bad thing, but if we focus on it too much, then we might forget how precious it is to be able to interact with people that we love or do things that make us feel excited. What I learned is that though I do think about my future and feel anxious about what is going to happen to me, I tell myself that it is just impossible to control my future and I will have to deal with whatever happens to me when it happens. This mindset makes it easier for me not to focus too much on the future and allows me to live in the moment.